Hi, I'm Michael Schwartz with Gun Owners Radio, and we wanted to talk about mentoring on our shooting socials. We have a program called Shooting Socials that are in San Diego and Inland Empire and Orange County, and we do a really great job of introducing shooting to people who've never had an experience with shooting before. And we're looking for more mentors to help us out. We've got a lot of feedback that people want to know, how do I mentor, what can I expect, that sort of thing. So I wanted to make a quick video and walk you through some of the highlights of how to mentor. It's not formal training, it's really just a first-time shooting experience. We encourage people to take formal training. We let them know that it's not a substitute for formal training. This is really just one neighbor taking another neighbor to the range and giving them a first-time shooting experience with a gun that they're familiar with and answering some questions for them. We've run thousands of people through the program down in San Diego and Orange and Inland Empire, and we look forward to having even more folks learn how to shoot a gun for the first time. So to be a mentor, I want you to watch this video, maybe watch it a couple of times, and then come to a shooting social, observe, and then let us know you're ready to mentor someone and show them how to have a first-time shooting experience. Just like you witnessed here. So I'm going to use Rich. He's going to be my pretend student today. Let me say a couple of words on how to prepare. When you are a mentor at a shooting social, wear plain clothes. Don't look overly tactical. Don't have a bunch of camouflage like you're hunting. Don't have a bunch of slogans or symbols, either political or social or even religious. We're introducing people to the shooting sports for the first time, and we don't want some kind of political message or other kind of message to distract from that. Make sure that you're clean and hygienic and brush your teeth and have clean clothes and have a smile on your face. We want to make sure that they have a really pleasant and good first-time experience. The briefing that they're going to get before they meet with you is just to cover the 4 basic rules, the 4 universal firearms rules. We're also going to talk a little bit about range etiquette, but then when they come to you, they're a clean slate. So what is the first thing you do when you're introduced to your student? Well, first off, it's going to be on a cold range, which means you don't need eye and ear protection. There is no actual shooting. You're going to be able to talk to your student and work with them on things like grip and stance and some of the basics, and just get to know them, answer some questions. You'll have somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes to work with your student. So the first thing you want to do is just introduce yourself. Hi, my name's Michael. What's your name?
My name's Rich.
Fantastic. Is this your first time shooting, or do you have a lot of experience?
First time.
Okay, excellent. Today we're gonna learn the parts. We're gonna learn how to stand, how to grip. We're gonna learn how to pull the trigger. We're gonna talk a little bit about the gun and the ammunition, and then I'm gonna answer any questions that you have. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay, good. Right now the range is cold, so you don't have to have your eyes and ears on, but before we go hot, which means we'll be able to shoot, we're gonna make sure that your eyes and ears are protected. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Great, fantastic. So let's get started. So you've built a little bit of rapport. You've told them what to expect, and from here on a cold range, you're going to work with them on some of the very basics. When you're not using your firearm on the range, you want to make sure that you store it with the slide lock back and the chamber open and up so you can see that it's not loaded. You want to make sure that there's no magazine in the firearm at all. With your magazine, you want to be able to show them how to load a bullet into the magazine. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about what 9mm means, how this is the bullet and that actually comes out of the gun. And this is the casing, and the bullet and the casing together make up a cartridge. Show them how to load a magazine, but then also expect that that's probably going to be very difficult for them on their first day, so you're probably going to have to spend a lot of time loading the magazine. So from here, you're going to work with your student on how to stand, how to hold the firearm, how to aim, how to press the trigger, and dry press the trigger, because we're not loaded yet. But the first thing you want to do is inform your student what you're doing. So Rich, I'm going to show you how to hold the gun. I'm going to show you how to use the gun. And sometimes I'm going to have to touch your hands in order to make sure they're in the right position. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
Good. Get their permission, let them know what's going on. And then from there, you're going to show them some of the basics. Rich, your stance, you're going to want to make sure that your feet are about shoulder width apart. You're in a comfortable stance. You don't have your knees locked, okay? You want to make sure that your back is straight. A lot of people who are new shooters have a tendency to lean forward or lean back. What you want to do is be nice and comfortable and maybe leaning forward just a touch, okay? From there, you're going to have your strong hand is going to be gripping the gun, and your support hand will be underneath with fingers on fingers and thumbs both on the same side. Okay, so now we're going to go over how to rack the slide and how to show your student to grip the firearm. Always remember to make sure that they keep their finger off the trigger until they're actually ready to shoot. When they rack the slide, they normally have a full magazine. We don't have a full magazine because we're shooting a video. Have them come up and over with a nice tight grip, and with their strong hand, you want them to push forward on the gun and then let go of the support hand so that all the inertia makes the slide go forward. You don't want to teach them to slingshot it. You want them to come up and over, back, and let go. With their support hand, you want their support hand to come up and under, so you have fingers on fingers, and you have both thumbs off to the side. You never want to make their thumbs cross in the back. That's not safe. From there, you're going to have them aim, then place their finger on the trigger nice and gently, and then slowly press when they're ready to go. Between shots, you want to make sure that their finger goes straight again, so they get into the habit of keeping their finger off the trigger until they're ready to shoot. So again, thumbs not crossed, fingers on fingers, and when they come up and over to rack the slide, push and let go. Now there's a lot of different ways to teach a student. There's a lot of different ways to hold a gun, to stand, and we don't want to force you to teach something that you're not comfortable with. The only time that an RSO or someone else might step in and correct you is if you're doing something unsafe. So maybe you want to teach a Weaver stance or an isosceles stance. Both of those are safe, but if their thumbs are crossed and they're not on the same side of the gun, that's not safe. So we might actually step in and say, hey, wait a minute, make sure that you're doing something safe. We also recommend that you work with the student on loading the magazine, and then show them how to put the magazine in the gun and rack the slide. If you only want to load one bullet at a time, that's totally up to you, and that's fine. If you're more comfortable and your student seems pretty comfortable, then load 2 or 3 at a time. But one recommendation is after they take their first shot, have them take their finger off the trigger, put the firearm down, and check in with them. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to have you turn that way as if you're downrange and put your hands straight forward as if you've just shot. Okay, as if you've just shot, bang, great. Go ahead and put your finger straight and place the firearm down on the counter. There you go. And go ahead and turn and face me. How did that feel?
It's fun. It's exciting.
Fantastic. You did a really good job. One thing I want you to work on is to make sure that your finger is off the trigger in between shots. So after their first shot, I made sure that they safely put the firearm down. I asked them how they were doing, checked in with them to see, are they upset, are they nervous, are they happy? I gave them some praise, told them he did a fantastic job, and then I gave one bit of advice. In this case, I made sure to tell him to keep his finger off the trigger until he was ready to shoot. That seems to be something that's pretty common with new shooters, is making sure their finger is off the trigger. You don't want to have them resting their finger on the trigger in between shots. So let's just recap. When you show up, you're actually going to go right out into the range and you're going to get a lane. Your student is going to be getting a safety briefing, and they're going to go over the 4 universal rules. Once they let the students out on the range, they'll introduce you. You're going to introduce yourself, ask a little bit about them, tell them what's going to go on, and it's going to be a cold range, which means no shooting. After about 15-20 minutes of working with them on how to hold the gun, on how to stand, on some of the safety rules, they'll go hot. You'll make sure that your student has their eyes and ears protected. You'll make sure that your eyes and ears are protected, and then you'll get to start shooting. From there, it's your job to keep them safe. Correct some of the little things. Are they bending their knees, or are they locked? Are they bending way back, or are they bending forward? What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? Make sure that they're staying safe. Remember, this isn't professional formal training. It's a first-time shooting experience, and your biggest job is to make sure that they have a safe and fun time, but mostly safe. After they're done shooting, ask if they have any questions at all. Ask if they want to keep their target. Maybe they want to take a picture of it, and then congratulate them and let them know that you had a good time as well. Then they're free to leave whenever you like. But remember, your job is to simply show them how to use your firearm, how to do it safely, and how to do it effectively. There's only so much we can teach, in an hour, hour and a half. They definitely have to take a one-day course. So I'm just gonna simulate what happens when you're done, okay? So Rich, why don't you face down range and pretend you just shot your last shot. Fantastic. Okay, go ahead and put your firearm down. Fantastic. So what did you think?
That was fun.
Good, good, good. Do you want to buy some more ammo, or do you think you're done for the day?
I think I'm done for the day.
Okay, great. Well, I really appreciate you coming to a shooting social. Don't forget to consider becoming a member of our organization. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. We're more than happy to answer. We hope that you become a gun owner, but we definitely hope that you take some formal training, like a day class or a multi-day class. And this range has really good education, so check out their instructors and see what you can sign up for. Okay?
Great.
Fantastic. From there, your day is yours. You can do whatever you like. The most important thing is that you keep your students safe, you walk them through the process. If you have any issues or problems, please bring them up to the range master and let them know, hey, you know what? I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure about that. They'll be sure to address it. If there's a disagreement, then please bring it up to myself or one of the other organization employees, and we'll make sure to resolve the situation. We never want to get into an argument or a disagreement in front of students. We never want to get into an argument or disagreement on the range. So thank you so much, though, for doing what you're doing. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out to us. We just wanted to show you briefly how to mentor, talk a little bit about the difference between mentoring and formal training, and then invite you to come to a shooting social, observe, and then jump in and mentor someone as well. So thank you so much for watching. See you at the range.